Okay, so I have started this roast. We have now been doing a heat soak, and here on this screen you can see I have kept my burner off, and I'm starting to roast now with a relatively low environmental temperature, 360 degrees Fahrenheit. The bean temperature is at this stage is 230 degrees Fahrenheit, gradually rising, and it's just producing heat from the radiant heat of the roaster itself. We're now 2 minutes 22 seconds in the roast. This is an exaggerated example of the heat soak. And now I'm going to turn on my burner to 60%. That is 60% of the capacity of the burner, like this. And now the flames are on. We'll see that the rate of rise will start increasing. And as I explained, the rate of rise is like the speedometer of a car. It tells you how fast you're going from one point to another. We're now increasing bean temperature by about 10 degrees, 9.4 degrees every 30 seconds. And if you follow me here, I can monitor through this side glass the progress of the bean color. But obviously I want to do this also with my trier. And you can see here color of the beans. Ooh, that smells good. I'm getting like a grassy smell, a little bit towards hay. And then let's look at the operator panel again. So we are 338 degrees air temperature. That temperature is actually measured. Here, there's a sensor on the top of this machine in the air return pipe. And the EV, that's actually the bean temperature. That is this one here. And then there's an optional one that I'm not using. That's this one for the environmental temperature inside the drum. Giesen has built a number of features into this machine that allow you to customize your roasting experience. This option of this environmental drum temperature is not present in all Giesen machines. That's something we have kind of as a special feature. So let's see where we are with our roast. So you can see we are now 5 minutes into this roast, still at 60%. And we are running at 8.8 degrees rate of rise. And I think I'm going to decide soon to reduce my burner setting a bit as soon as I'm getting at 320 degrees Fahrenheit. So these settings and these decisions that you make are based upon the profile you choose for the specific coffee you're roasting. In this case, we are roasting a high density coffee from one of our farms in Panama, Finca Sofia. Coffee grows at 2,000 meters. A part of the farm lies higher. That creates more density on the coffee, which allows you in the roasting to apply more heat during this first stage of the roast. Let's look again at the panel. So I said that at 320 degrees Fahrenheit we will start reducing the burner, and you will see I'm going to then quite significantly reduce the burner, because I know with this type of coffee that locking too much heat into the beans might be tricky, might be dangerous, risky, and so we need to balance out the temperature. So now I'm going to take the burner setting to 25%, and that will gradually allow the rate of rise to come down. Let's do the quick math. Let's assume that I want to roast this coffee to 370 degrees Fahrenheit endpoint. That means I still have about 40 degrees to go, which means at this rate of rise I would have less than 4 minutes, maybe 3 minutes left. In order to not to go too fast, I will reduce the burner a bit more at 340 degrees. And so that point is coming soon. And that point is coming now. So I'm going down to 15%. And let me show you a cool feature of the Gießen machines, that I can actually do the airflow control by varying the setting of the pressure, the internal pressure. And I'm going to turn this up now to 140 PA. So this will tell the roaster to create a faster fan speed, which pulls more air out of the system, which creates a higher under pressure. So you can see now the fan is doing this by increasing its speed to 46%. This one here, this is the 50 Hertz drum rotations. Something is cracking. That's the first crack. So we are at 8 minutes 25 seconds. I hear the very first crack. And now I'm 8.5 minutes. I'm at the beginning of the first crack. That's the beginning of my development time. Let's take a little sample. So I'm smelling from some first florals, some fruit notes, promising, quite promising. I love this coffee. There's nothing as joyful as roasting the Sophia with this Gießen WPG1. I can't wait to taste this coffee tomorrow morning. So we're now at 370. I'm going to take this roast to 376, I think. Let's take a little sampling. Wow, I'm smelling like kind of a cantaloupe, musky, floral notes, very promising. I'm looking forward to serving this coffee tomorrow morning to my wife and my son if he wants to have some coffee as well. So now let's look at the screen here before I call it the end of the roast, 375. And so now I'm turning the burner off and I'm going to take the beans out. And that's it. So let's look at the end result. Usually when coffees are this fresh, you cannot really tell exactly yet what profile you have or what features the beans offer. That's why I can never resist to just take a little very hot bean and to pop it in my mouth. This is the fastest way of enjoying and drinking your coffee. So this is a cool tool, wonderful tool, this Gießen sample roaster to roast your samples, and we will use some other machines as well to illustrate this in a different setting. We will use the W6 Gießen. We were also going to be using the W1A, so we will have a lot of fun with that. Cheers.